Hello, this is a Friday FAQ, frequently asked questions. So oftentimes when I'm working with people, I talk about the quality of their tissues. And one thing that people sometimes ask, Declan, stop zooming in on my nose. One thing sometimes people ask is, what do you mean by tissues? So I'm going to direct the camera down here to the underside of this mushroom. Come on down here, Declan. So we walked in Victoria Park today and we picked these mushrooms, and I just want to show you this one. So hopefully this looks good. So when I feel it, it feels soft and it feels hydrated. And if you can imagine the layers underneath your skin, so the layers of skin, the layers of cells and muscle and blood and everything that lies between the top layer of the skin and the bones. This might give you a visual representation of what it looks like. So if we look really closely in here, we can see there's space between the layers. So even though they look nicely lined up, they're not exactly symmetrical. Some of them have different shapes and some of them have a different pattern. Hopefully this is looking okay. So as I'm turning it around, you can see the space between all these things. So if you can imagine between the skin and the bone, the tissues looking like this, and then in between all the layers, there's lots of space for healthy circulation. So that's a visual representation of what the layers of tissues, hi Moira, might look like under your skin and before your bones. So there we go. That's hopefully helpful. We're going to sign off now, but we're going to come back a few days later after I've let these mushrooms. Let's do a pull back to all these mushrooms. We're going to do another little video about what these mushrooms look like after they've been sitting out on the counter for a few days and have dried out. Hint, hint. The other thing I wanted to show you about this, which is really cool, is there's pliability to the tissues. Pliability. So I can move them, I can squish them, and it doesn't damage them. There we go. We'll see what happens with these tissues and the pliability of the tissues in a few days. All right, hopefully that gives you some visual and some ideas about your tissues, and have a great weekend.
Darling.